bomb, gonna give you the jump. Got the views you could use. A10 bomb, gonna give you the jump. A10 news got the views you can use. A10 gonna do it again. A10 bomb, gonna give you the jump. A10 news got the views you can use. A10 news got the views you can use. A10 bomb, gonna give you the jump.
Now I'm not the one confused, call the shot. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out, remember you're just freaked out. Get ready for defeat now, I'm gonna make you bleed out. Listen on repeat now and weed out all the weak now. Get up.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, it has been a fucking week. Tell you guys what. Let's let some people tap on in and go ahead and give this a share. We're going exclusively to YouTube, folks. I'm tired of the Facebook side. I'm tired of getting the 810 Facebook page slapped in the face every time I open my mouth. So we're going to avoid getting zucked and getting fucked. We're going to come right on over here to YouTube, and hopefully in the coming months, we're going to find something better than YouTube. But that's on Mickey Wentz. You know, we need to have a discussion. But right now, YouTube's the safest place for us to be. So go ahead and give this a share. Bring on some friends. Bring on some family. Let's get this started, eh? Meat Freak, I'm hoping you're making some money over there, brother. I hope you're getting ready to take your barbecue operation on the road. I know the folks in Tampa need a hot meal. I know some people in Orlando need a hot meal. Let's get it done. You know, just upcharge a little bit for the gas. Let's face it. I mean, you got to make yourself a little bit of profit. You just don't got to be a scumbag with it. I know you're a good man, and you ain't going to do that. So, Miss Sarah, how you doing? Taz, Mama Quill, no name. It's good to see my friends in the chat. It's good to see everyone here. How's everyone doing today? I know Wednesday was a little bit of a catalog. I know I was going off a little bit in the chat. Don't hold it against me. I was I was having a night. Or hold it against me. I don't honestly care. Well, I like my friends. I like my viewer. Love my viewers. I love my 810 family. To be 100% on the outside, I'm still going to eat a bowl of water with a fucking fork before I give a goddamn if people like me or not. I'm me. I'm going to stay me. But today is definitely a day for a cigar. So, I got some shit to talk about. And first up happens to be the lipstick fucking warrior. I'll tell you what, Candace, you have some fucking nerve, woman. Not just some fucking nerve, some goddamn nerve on top of that. Sitting there insulting men and women, ladies and gentlemen, saying that they've lost their God-given sense, talking shit about Quincy Murphy. I tell you what, just because the man changed his tense to past does not mean that every sin and every crime he committed has fucking gone away with him. The man was a crook, a liar, a cheat, and a backstabber. The man was actively working against his own ward and the men and women of Flint. How are you going to sit there and try to bury that under the fucking rug, woman? How about you take off the lipstick, put less time into your appearance, which I'll say, it looks like you put time into looking like a fucking clown. And actually start paying attention to what's going on around you. Let's just be straight. Okay? You and your friends had none of this fucking compassion when Councilman Mays passed. You were in a hurry to fucking fill that seat before his body was cold. Now you're doing the same thing with Quincy Murphy. You are in a hurry to put a body in that seat and to cancel the first ward's fucking vote, the third ward's fucking vote, because you need that fifth vote. That just shows your complete and utter lack of respect for the man. And while I did not fucking like him, I'm still going to be straight up. I'm going to keep the same energy. You, on the other hand, you had the audacity to call him chairwoman. What, 3 weeks ago? To his fucking face. And now you've got your panties in a fucking twist because some people are happening to express that they didn't like him? Get it through your fucking head, woman. Just because you are gone does not mean that feelings change. The man took a fucking $12,000 lawnmower to vote for Ashley Capital, to vote for a tax abatement for them. They don't have to fucking pay taxes for X amount of time, and then they get a tax capture. They actually get a portion of the taxes that the city of Flint pays in and around their construction site. And you're trying to tell us that he was a good guy? The man sold the people of Flint out for a lawnmower that he was on the side making money with. Oh, he used to do some charitable things. He used to go and mow people's yards for him. He worked for the land bank. The land bank is one of the biggest fucking frauds in the city of Flint. So not only was he on the fraud that is Flint City Council, he was on the fraud that was the fucking land bank. And you're trying to fucking make him out to be a flowery individual? Let's not go there. Let's not fucking go there, okay? Here's a good question from Meat Freak right here. And it may be too soon, but did that lawnmower become part of his estate, or did it go back to Habitat for Humanity that is laundered through, or did it go back to, say, Ashley Capital, and that now they're going to sell it because they made their money off of it? They might as well make a little bit more, right? Let's not forget, Quincy had a beautiful glow up when he fucking got on council. He took that old raggedy beat up fucking truck and got himself something nice. On a $20,000 salary from Flint City Council? I don't think so. But neither here nor there. Let's just keep it fucking honest. So when you get up on that fucking dais and you have your clown makeup on, that lipstick warrior fucking bullshit. I mean, I can just imagine you in that fucking mirror right before council got to put on my war paint. And you fucking decide to bring it at the Flint City Council and at the Flint residents like that. You have no fucking respect. You've had none since you got there. You're going to sit there and act like you're an innocent little fucking princess. Look, if you're looking for a dad to be proud of you, I will gladly be that substitute. You just have to stop being such a fucking disappointment first. Find other ways to disappoint people. Get the fuck off council. That whole fucking tirade put me in a goddamn mood. Then Liddell sitting there acting out. Well, let's talk about Liddell for a minute. Did you choose your fucking wig and or hair color to match Quincy that night? I couldn't tell if his flowers were talking or if you just had your fucking head down. And all the snide and quippy remarks. Shut the fuck up and let other people chair their committees. You only speak when you have a fucking debate piece to put up, or there is a legitimate question. There is no need for you to be trying to chair other people's meetings. There's no need for you to be yelling at the fucking crowd. I will say that I found out Liddell does have a heart, and I know that just gave most of you a fucking heart attack. I'm sorry. But I have to bring it up because it is probably the brightest part of the entire night. When RL went up to public speaking, and he said, "Flip your hair." So she flipped her hair and gave a smile. That was cute. All right. Give her props on that. She has a heart for RL. Actually, speaking on RL. Hey, Avis, how you doing? Let's see what all I wrote down on on yonder. Light up a cigar as well. Discount tobacco. All right. Council rules, Candace, money set aside. Here we go. I thought it was rather telling. Tanya brings up that, mind you guys, I'm not going on Tanya tonight. All right. It's been on throughout the rest of the week. We'll let that do what that do. But Tanya did bring up a decent fucking point. That money had been set aside and keeps getting set aside every year for council people to go to seminars and learning events and X, Y, and Z. She said two members on this council have been to 2 seminars, and we ain't heard a fucking thing about it. Liddell fires back, but she doesn't go right back at Tanya. She goes right at Dennis. Well, not everyone was here, so I didn't think it would be a good waste or a good use of time. Hardly everyone's there. Ever. So fucking sit your ass down. How about you let us, the residents, know? Well, I'm not a resident anymore, but you're still using my tax dollars from last year, so fuck you. How about you let us, who have paid money to you, know where the fuck you are going and what the fuck you learned. Otherwise, it's just a goddamn vacation. Okay? I don't care if council's there or not. You can write up a goddamn memo explaining what you learned to them. But how about you, as soon as you get back, let the residents know what the fuck's going on, what you learned, and how you're going to be better. Your words, money set aside to send council members to receive training to be better council people. Obviously, you ain't learned a goddamn thing because you are still an angry tyrant. Every fucking meeting, you go up there with a chip on your shoulder and a stick up your ass. Every fucking meeting, you are looking to throw people out, even if you're not the chairperson. You're sitting there throwing out warnings like Oprah throws out cars, all right? Every fucking time. And it's rather upsetting to me because I sat down, I met you when I was running for 70th District. I sat down and I spoke with you for a good half hour while you were letting someone else put up a presentation. And I thought, maybe this woman isn't so bad. Maybe she's all right. Maybe she has the best interest. But then you brought up using ARPA funds for a water park for the kids. Excuse me? There's bigger things going on in Flint than a water park for the kids. How about you guys clean up the fucking crime? Hell, you can't have a regular park, Sarvis Park, or Dewey Park, or Mott Park without someone getting shot in it once a fucking month. What do you think's going to happen at a water park? That water in the water park is going to be filled with blood because someone's going to lose their fucking mind, and they're going to go in there and they're going to take shots at someone because they said something mean on Facebook. Clean up the fucking crime. Use that money for that. No, that's too big a deal. And let me slow down. You see, I've had this attitude for the past, 3 days now? 2 days? Wednesday night, Thursday, today. Okay, yeah. That long. I've been that angry at the entire show of that council. Because you all want to sit there and, for Quincy, for this, for that. If you wanted to honor the man's memory, you'd straighten up. But you don't care. I don't care, honestly. His memory is something for his family to carry on. My memory of him is a quote, a singular quote. I'm up here to make the mayor look good. I mean, the only way he could do that was by making himself look like a fucking fool. And that's all I remember of him. I remember him being angry. I remember him, you're wrong, and here we is. Every time someone would speak. Every time I would speak up there. I keep my head down so I can take notes. No, you don't. You and the women beside you kept your head down because you couldn't take being looked in the eye and having truth spat at you, Quincy. I don't care if your body's in the grave or not. Truth is truth. Liddell, what I'm saying is right. You couldn't handle someone looking at you and telling the truth. That's why when Miss Gladys was up there, you had to keep on throwing out quips and, oh, she stepped away from the dais. Her time is up. She went to grab papers. And who the fuck are you? You get 3 minutes per meeting to speak as a resident. 3. And what you do with those 3 minutes is up to you as the resident. So if I want to go up there, say, fuck you, walk back for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, come back up and take my last 30 seconds and say, fuck you again, that's my fucking time, not yours. You waste enough of it. You don't get to sit there and saying that I'm wasting time or I'm doing this or I'm doing that. You don't get to sit there and say Ms. Gladys gave up her time because you spent hours arguing over single fucking topics. Let us make our point. Let us do what we want with those 3 fucking minutes. And whether we walk away from that microphone or not, that is still our 3 fucking minutes. My big brother, Kevin Berryhill, the actual reverend of the family, brought up a good point. Where would the water come from for the water park? Shit. With the water park, it's hard to tell what would have more lead in it. The air from all the fucking violence or the water itself. Because Flint water ain't fixed. You've got 4-4 on that council now. You can make that fucking vote to replace Quincy because you all know that they're just going to throw someone in that seat. And I get it. Ms. Bev has put up a challenge. She's in court trying to make sure that that part of the election goes through, but I don't have too much hope. RJ Cat, good to see you in chat, my friend. Legionnaires Water Park now open in Flint. And Mama Aquil, one of our oldest friends, that was a crock of bullshit on her part. When she's trying to ram crap through, she hopes to have the council is not present so they can't vote against her. Actually, something was shared. I don't know if it came into my Discord or not. Well, there's a few things in my Discord. Here it is, shared by the one and beautiful Wintis Hall. Let me go ahead and pop this up. Save the date, Flint. This Monday, October 14th at 6 p.m., we got to stand up for us. We're coming together to educate our citizens on how and where to vote. This rally will be full of great music, powerful speakers, and voter information. Share this flyer and tag others, and we'll catch you at the Cathedral of Faith Church on Monday, October 14th at 6 p.m. Let me go ahead and see if I can share this. It's not in my Chrome. It's on DuckDuckGo. Share screen. Nope, I'm going to have to pop it up onto Discord. Or not Discord. Window. Here we are. Let's take a look at these powerful speakers. We've got Cynthia Neely, who never speaks. Mr. Dominique Clemens. Sheldon Neely. That's the 3 I need to worry about. But they're saying your vote matters when they just took the third ward's vote away, saying, oh, you can't recall a dead man. Yes, you can. That recall was put in for his past actions. You can still have a problem with his past actions. That election should still be in place. The men and women of the third ward should have a say in who is representing them. Because you guys are going to try to put up Kerry Nelson. Didn't that man sit in that seat once and got voted out? And then didn't they decide to, select him again? And then he got voted out? The third ward don't want him. Stop telling people what is best for them and let them decide for themselves. While I've heard so many people up there say, this is what democracy looks like. That's not democracy. That's autocracy. That is a tyrant. That is tyranny. That is a dictatorship. That is saying, we know what is best for you. You shut the fuck up. And you have to sit here and think about it. Ms. Bev Biggs has put in time, money, and energy into her campaign. She has shown the corruptness of city council. She goes to every fucking meeting. She may not be able to stay the entire meeting because they waste time. I'm not going to say Ms. Bev Biggs is old, but let's just say she's got some time behind her and is caught up to her body, okay? It is painful for her to be up there all fucking night. I'm hoping that she gets elected in May or in November, depending on her court case, and she can help those meetings run faster because she ain't got time for the bullshit. She don't have energy for the bullshit, and she don't have tolerance for the bullshit. In all honesty, a city council meeting should take no more than 3 hours. 3. Instead, we get 3 hours of yelling, arguing, no discussion, no debate. Because a debate is comparing and contrasting ideas and reasons why or why not to do something, not calling each other names. Candace, not picking fights. Liddell, not pretending to be blind. Judy, not pretending not to be there. Leon. And that's just the fucking truth. All right, I've wasted 20 minutes screaming and yelling. Oh. Once again, we got friends in chat. Colby Fatty, a.k.a. Elizabeth P. Finney. I'm just going to call you Miss Liz. If we can't bathe in it, how are we going to have a water park? That's a good fucking point. Ms. Lady Brick, speak that truth, Trevor. I intend to. Ladies and gentlemen, the Reverend has spoken. Stay educated, my friends. This is literally what started the American no taxation without representation. I mean, fuck. Leon is still a selectee. Yeah, he passed forward from a primary. He's still a selectee. He hasn't won a general yet. The first ward still has no real say. They didn't put him in that seat. And so every time they say our elected officials, Leon and Candace, half that's a fucking lie. He ain't elected yet. He just got through a primary. Okay. Let's talk about a few things. Undue Medical. I actually looked into them. Went to said, look these folks up. I looked them up. It sounds nice. Okay. You have medical debt. They buy it and forgive it. They buy it for cheaper than what you're actually in debt for, so their money goes further. It sounds nice. But where were they years ago? Where were they when people were actively going to healthcare centers around Flint because they had rashes on their body, because they couldn't breathe, because they were catching Legionnaires, because of heavy metal poisoning, because of all the chemicals in the fucking water? Where were they then? And they keep on saying, or they said that they would put money back into Flint. However, City Council has a problem. Not once has City Council called someone back who has received ARPA funds to show that they have done what they said they're going to do. Not once. So how can we guarantee Undue Medical is actually going to fucking buy medical debt from Flint residents? and do what they say they're going to do with it. And they say they're going to get rid of it. Well, what could that possibly mean? I didn't hear the words forgive. I didn't hear the words anything of that sort. I heard get rid of. Get rid of can mean a lot of fucking things, friends. Get rid of can mean that they sell it. Get rid of can mean that they sit on it and just let it expire. That could mean a lot of things. And they're talking about, well, this helps people with their credit. My friends, I don't know if you know this or not, but it's been illegal to put medical debt on credit reports for a while. And don't think that that's some magnanimous fucking happy horse shit. That's so you can't fucking get off of it with bankruptcy. It takes a special kind of bankruptcy to get medical debt off your credit report, to get medical debt relieved. You can't just file a Chapter 7 on that. Weird. It's almost like I'm a kid whose family went bankrupt and I might know these things. And, you know, Candace, once again, coming back to you, Lipstick Warrior. You are the one that sat up there with Ashley Capital and said that you were going to get a community benefits arrangement with Ashley. Where were you with this? Get an actual community benefits agreement. Get a fucking contract that says that if we give you $50,000, that you will put all $50,000 toward Flint debt. Because I don't know about y'all. Well, no, I know about most of y'all in chat. Y'all ain't stupid. I don't think I'm stupid. But a verbal agreement doesn't go very fucking far in court. Wording and contracts are what go the furthest. So if you can get a contract with these folks, actual written pledge, signed and agreed to, stamped and all that, that $50,000 will go toward Flint debt, then I'll agree to it. But until then, you're taking it on faith. And I've seen Flint get taken through a ride on faith before. Anyone who shows up and promises just a little bit of hope gets a fucking paycheck. I'm tired of watching my family and friends get taken through that ride. It's fucking exhausting. It's infuriating. Everyone and their mother got money for blight. Flint's still fucked up looking. You've still got houses that are falling apart around you. You've still got overgrown lots. You've still got schools that are fucking being burned to the ground. I don't see any fixing of blight. I don't see anything about that. And I don't know about y'all guys, but I've kept on hearing the ARPA funds are gone. There is no more ARPA money. I mean, did I have something stupid in my ear? Did I have something crazy in my ear? Can you guys confirm that? Every time, every fucking city council I've listened to, every time I've spoken to a city council person, every time I've listened to something from Flint city government, ARPA funds are gone. Weird. Let me go ahead and open this up in browser, because this really catches me here. Present, share screen, window. This one here. Mayor Neely proposes matching funds to remove hazardous trees on homeowners' private property. Flint Mayor Sheldon Neely is sending a resolution to Flint City Council to allocate $324,000 in ARPA funds. What funds? ARPA. You mean the ones that are empty? The ones that you keep on telling us are empty, motherfucker? For a tree removal matching funds program. Flint residents who pay up to $1,000 toward removal of a hazardous tree on their own private property would receive matching funds up to $1,000. Hold up. So if I spend $500 to get a tree removed, you're not going to help me? If the tree removal itself just cost $1,000, I have to pay that out out of pocket then? Oh, it looks like they got me covered on this one. However, Flint residents who qualify for the City of Flint Homeowners Property Exemption, HOPE, there's that dirty fucking word again, program could receive up to $1,000 toward removal of a hazardous tree with no matching funds required. Now hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on. What hazardous trees? You're talking about ones that are about to fall on people's houses. Why can't you do this anyway? I've seen several things on this. Somehow this is more important than the water. Somehow this is more important than people's homes falling apart, basements crumbling, roofs falling in. Somehow this is the most important thing. How many trees have actually fallen on Flint houses in the past year, 2 years, 5 years, decade? Not as fucking many, right? But folks coming up with cancer, folks coming up with liver failure from lead, folks coming up with kidney failure from lead, folks having to have lungs removed from Legionella, folks with cognitive disabilities now from heavy metal poisoning. But this is more important. This is worth $324,000. And I know they keep on saying the water's fixed, the water's fixed. Hell, Gremlin fucking Whitmer went on down Texas. And she was telling people water's fixed in Flint. And yet court records say that's a lie. Court records say, hey, the city of Flint's behind on its agreed upon schedule, court ordered schedule. City of Flint hasn't done all the pipe replacements that it's supposed to. City of Flint hasn't even repaired the yards that it's supposed to. The state had to come in and unfuck that for you. And that's just the fucking tip of the iceberg. They haven't fucking redone the entire water plant. Why? Why do I say the water plant? Because if it was doing what it's supposed to do, purifying bad water to push into people's homes, you wouldn't have had the problems you had. They haven't replaced most of the mains. I don't care if they're cast iron or if they're lead or if they're fucking PVC. You know what? You got $600 and change million, over $500 million in both funds and equipment. Change them all out. But you're going to sit there and tell us that replacing this much pipe between the fucking city land and your property is enough to fucking make everyone healthy? How about people's internal fucking plumbing? I went up to city council. I showed them the fucking pipe. It was half full of corrosion from my old house. You wonder why your water pressure is low in your house in Flint? It's because the water is having to be pushed through so much gunk and shit. And that's still going into your fucking glass. And that pure water filter that they used to give out at Flint, not city council, god damn it. I was on a roll and then I forgot words. Flint City Hall, that ain't doing shit. Hell, go ahead and just remove the aerator from your fucking faucet. Don't even run your water. You've been running it all fucking week. Remove the aerator from your faucet, that little piece of screen that's supposed to be a thick filter, right? You know, catch thick shit. And look at how much gunk is trapped in that. And fucking tell me that that fucking little strip of pipe this big that you removed from the fucking street side to someone's home was enough. But we're worried about fucking trees. And we're doing a price match on that. But we're told ARPA funds are empty. We have no more for it. Hell. You know what this does, though? And they've been setting up for a while with it. They've been setting it up for a hot minute. Telling you can't park your vehicle on your grass. You can't park your vehicle like this on the curb. Your house has to look like this or we'll fucking come and we'll hit you with the blight department. They've set Flint up as a de facto HOA. If your house don't look pretty, you're going to get fined. Except with the HOA, you can go fight that in court. Yeah, if they lose, they're going to use HOA fees and keep on going. But fighting a government has unlimited funds. They can keep on appealing and appealing and appealing all day, because they're not just going to take your wallet. They're going to take your neighbor's wallet, your fucking friend's wallet. They're going to take everyone's wallet from across town and to continue to fight it because they don't like to lose. So tell me, ladies and gentlemen, tell me, friends, how is this fair? That they're going to tell you how your house can look, that they're going to tell you that this tree doesn't look pretty. Oh, well, we gave you every opportunity to get it removed. There's the HOPE program. That's a dirty fucking word now, just like nonprofit, just like activist. HOPE program. There's the Mayor Neely's tree removal program. That man has to have his name on everything. Fucking Christ. It's like Johnson & Johnson. Where's my Red Bull? Or if you don't get it removed, you had all these options, so now we're going to fine you. Here's a good one. Once again, from Reverend Berryhill. God damn. I think the Holy Spirit's talking to him today. How's a tree's health if there's lead? I'm telling you, some of them trees are harder to knock down than others. I'm telling you, my father-in-law has ruined a couple chainsaw chains probably because half that tree is fucking lead. But they're more concerned with those fucking trees than, the actual squishy walking voting populace of Flint. We had Liddell also say that only her and her colleagues, so Liddell Lewis, Leon Elamine, the now past tense Quincy Murphy, Judy Priestley, with her, she's the one that brought up undue medical, which and then Candace are the only ones that have come up with proposals for ARPA. I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, can you remind me, because many of you guys are large Eric Mays fans, didn't Eric constantly bring up $16 million in home repairs from ARPA? Hasn't Tanya seconded that? Hasn't Jerry seconded that? Hasn't Dennis voted yes on that? Weird. I know that ARPA funds have been proposed from the former First Ward, from the 5th, 6th, 8th wards. Mr. Jarrett, I don't think has put anything up yet, but he's just trying to, still get his footing. Now, I'm not going to blame him for not putting nothing up yet. I understand. But to sit there and lie to us saying that those four never put anything up for ARPA funds, and it's kind of hard to put your shit up for ARPA when you had a voting block against you, that everything that you proposed got shot down. Oh, well, we gave each ward $30,000 to do X, Y, and Z with. Well, that $30,000 now is being spent by Mr. Elamine. It was released after Eric died. Liddell threw her $30,000 plus some at Sarvis Park. Quincy wanted to throw some at Dewey Park. What is with these people in fucking parks? Judy decided not to use her $30,000 on those fucking willows, but to use additional ARPA funds on some goddamn willows. I don't know what the fuck Candace spent hers on, fucking campaign funds. And fucking small things here and there to fucking make herself look good. And they're all sitting there. Oh, well, Quincy did such great things for the north side, for the 3rd ward. Yet if you go look at his fucking voting record, every time that money was proposed for the north side, for the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd ward, him and Liddell shot it down. How about new streets? Shot down. How about increased police funding? Because kids growing up on the north side deserve to be just as safe as kids growing up in the 8th Ward. Shot down. Weird. Don't give me that fucking crock of shit. Then we have Mr. Cowboy Hat up there. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I caught a little bit of what he was saying, but I was still so pissed about that fucking cowboy hat being worn inside. All right. If you're going to try to seem like a goddamn cowboy, Mr. Deputy, then act like a goddamn cowboy. You enter the fucking building, you take off the fucking hat. When you sit down, you set the hat aside, not on the fucking table. Sitting there, yeehaw. I'm from Texas. You ain't from no fucking Texas, homie. Sorry, bud. You're from fucking like Oklahoma. You're a knockoff. Fucking, it's my show. I can smoke if I want to. And I'm not in no fucking studio no more. But this is to help returning convicts, ex-cons. They've served their time. Don't get me wrong. You serve your time, you're on the same level as everyone else in my book. Okay? I don't care what you did. You fucking paid your debt back to society. You deserve the same footing as everyone else. I understand this. I feel this. I support this. And many of them end up on the street. And I feel sorry about this. But they wanted to get this money through so fast, they moved it from one committee into another. Did they not? Now, why is that? Because they felt, hear me out, ladies and gentlemen, they felt that the meeting was going to end early. They thought that someone was going to break quorum, whether their side or the other. And this had to take precedence. Why? I feel kickback, personally. And this is for the same thing that the Made Institute does, doesn't it? So you're telling me that the Made Institute does such a piss poor fucking job, even though you've dumped so much money into it. I believe Leon Alamein picked up, what, $300,000 in multiple payments for the Made Institute itself. Remember, he got two dispersed payments to his name alone. But he got something like $300,000 for the Made Institute to be doing this. So you're telling me they did such a piss poor job that you need another nonprofit to come in and continue? Am I wrong here? If these projects were doing so fucking well in the first place, you wouldn't need multiple of them. So, if this is the case, hear me out. If the Made Institute is doing such a piss poor job that Mr. fucking Cowboy Hat has to come on in and try to pick up the pieces, I suggest the Made Institute be made to pay back that $300,000 and it go to these people. See if they do a better fucking job. See if they can help these former convicts, these men and women coming out of incarceration, trying to integrate back into regular life. See if these guys can actually do the job. That's just fucking me, though. Because if one program's failing, why let it keep the money that it's failing to use? If you fail to do what I give you the money for, give me the money back. If you've already spent it, tough fucking luck. Go get a loan, call it back, or fucking declare bankruptcy. But by God, City of Flint better be on that fucking bankruptcy paper so the federal government pays them back. Okay. Because at the end of the day, Flint received $94 million to make Flint better. At the end of the day, Flint received those $94 million because it's poverty to population ratio. Let's be 100% here. Let's just put it on the table. Flint is a majority city of African-American men and women. Flint is a city of majority of people in debt. that are making less than the national poverty line and somehow still fucking making it. And they decide to take that 94-point-odd million dollars and piss it away. You want to fucking remove trees. You want to fucking throw money at your friends' nonprofits to piss away. You want to throw money at Undo Medical, which let's see. I get myself worked up and I have to talk myself in circles for a minute. One big thing that Undo Medical was talking about is this gets people to go back or go to the doctor. I want to know how. Think about this for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Friends and family and everyone in between. Hell, even you fucking haters. For Undo Medical to do its thing, you have to have unpaid medical bills. And that's assuming they actually do it. We're going to give them the benefit of the doubt that they actually do what they're going to say. Or anyway. So now I have a medical problem. I go to the doctor. I can't pay. I have to hope, there's that dirty fucking word again, and pray that I win the lottery to be on these guys' expungement list, that they buy my debt. That is a lot of fucking ifs, ands, or maybes to be putting what money I have on the line. Because, Wintus, you worked for the finance side of hospitals. If you don't pay, they'll come after you in court, won't they? And I've been on the back end of one of these, though it wasn't medical. If you lose that judgment and you don't have any wages to garnish that they can touch, say you've got child support payments or X, Y, and Z, say you're on Social Security and they can't touch them, they'll come after your assets. So I'm going to gamble my house, my car, my possessions on maybe Undo Medical is going to come. Maybe they're going to buy my debt. Maybe they're going to forgive it. Or maybe they're going to sell it to someone worse that's going to call me all day. That's a lot of maybes, just like maybe the homeowner's property exemption or HOPE program will give me $1,000 to remove a tree. And maybe the city of Flint won't hit me with a blight ticket. Or maybe Mr. Cowboy Hat will come and help a friend of mine who just got out of prison find gainful employment in a home. Or maybe the Maid Institute will do the same. That's a lot of fucking maybes going on in the city of Flint. When I talk about good governance is about certainty. I am certain that the money I am paying in taxes are going to essential services. I am certain that if my house catches fire, the fire department will be there and do their best to save my property or my life. I am certain that if there is a problem, legal problem, say violence or noise complaint or say reckless behavior that could cost life and injury, that I can call the cops and they will show up. That I am certain that the money I give them is going to pave the roads instead of beat up the car that I just fucking paid for, that I paid taxes on to fucking get them, I don't know, to pave the roads. That I am certain that I have drinkable water. I don't feel Flint has any of those certainties down pat. The only thing I am certain of that Flint will do is waste money and time and make a fucking show out of it. The only thing that I am certain will happen is Candace Machat will sit up there and pick a fight with Tanya Burns, or sit there and insult Dennis for no other reason than he's there. She's called him a snake. She's called him slithering. She said he's conniving before. She called him Stretch fucking Armstrong. Well, that's fucking adorable, sweetheart. You remember the 80s. These are the things I am certain of in Flint. I am certain that when I called the cops because I heard shootings, they didn't show up. I am certain that when I called the cops because there's a block party and I saw underage kids using hard drugs and alcohol and then getting into cars and driving off, that they didn't show up until a young woman was dead. I am certain that every time I saw a house fire, the cops would never know who did it. And I am certain that the fire department was underfunded and with a lack of morale would show up late. And I am certain that people like Mayor Neely, Candace Machat, and Liddell Lewis will constantly misuse their power and position for their own personal gain or to punish others. That is what I am certain of with the city of Flint. So let me hear your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we saw them talk about professionalism and in a point of order as to why Candace calling Dennis, things like Stretch Armstrong, X, Y, and Z is unprofessional. And then while Tanya is trying to correct that situation through a point of order, which means to bring things back into order, Candace decided maybe now's the time to cause chaos and to be even more unprofessional. We saw Candace act like a toddler that pissed her diaper. No, talking over her. And did your parents forget how to discipline you as a child? When one person is talking, shut up. Wait until they finish, and then you may speak. Especially in a public forum with rules such as Robert's Rules of Order. Let the point of order go through, and then you can rebuttal. And then sitting there like a fucking toddler with a temper tantrum because you got a warning. Look, it took an act of God for Judy to issue a warning to you. And then you sat there and you tried you did tack on your warning to the appeal of the chair. You couldn't just take that you were out of hand, out of control, and out of order. Candace, you have to be one of the largest disappointments in the city of Flint. I would say that you are the greatest disappointment on two legs. RJ even told JJ his pauses were too long when he was separating. That's true. I'm sorry. Like, Mr. JJ is sitting there putting actual thought and effort into his governance of the city of Flint. He's actually sitting there trying to do something properly. He is reading through each one of these proposals to separate them, to get proper attention on each one. He couldn't do that earlier in the meeting because you guys were all acting so fucking childish and yelling and screaming at each other. How about whenever you're confused as to is he done, you say, Mr. Jarrett, have you finished with your separations? You still need a few more moments? Okay, not a problem. We can wait. We've already wasted all this time tonight. We can give you the time you need to do things properly. Maybe that's just a little bit too much. Maybe that thought of respect and common decency, common sense that she was bitching about earlier in the night suddenly fled her mind. Oh, you know what? We do have one more thing. Let me go ahead and look this up because Judy, you're getting a correction today. And one that's actually near and dear to my heart. ADA protections. Does the ADA protect people with mental illness? The Act prohibits discrimination in employment and activities of the state and local government. The ADA protects people with mental disabilities, including people with mental illness. The ADA is not just about mobility or physical disabilities. Judy, you are absolutely buttfuck wrong. Sitting there and trying to give RL a warning. RL does have a problem. And I'm not one to sit here and say, oh, everything is excusable under X, Y, and Z. He does have an issue. And the Americans with Disability Act, let's rewind that. Americans, RL is an American with disabilities. He has a disability. Protects people like him. Protects people like me. Protects people like Ms. Bev. It protects anyone and everyone who is not at the 100% capacity. And you were sitting there trying to say that, no, it's only for people with mobility. You're fucking high. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 1:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Though Milton didn't do too much damage to my property, North Florida is actually rather okay. I've still got a hell of a mess to clean up from Helene. But if you can, I am not no shill, but 810 do have some bills. Go ahead and hit that Cash App. Where are we at? Educational purposes only. Here we go. If you'd like to donate, please go to $810 News Media Group Cash App. And if you would be so kind, ladies and gentlemen, the American Red Cross is doing wonderful things in South Florida, helping folks in Tampa, helping folks in Florida, but they're also helping people in North Carolina. If you have a couple bucks, if you would be kind enough to go ahead and throw them a few bucks, or maybe find a Red Cross center near you. And I know there are a lot of people who've been injured. If you would go ahead and give up some of your time and a little bit of your blood, it would go very far. It would help so many people. Tonight, we do not have a sister circle. I do believe there's going to be some scheduling conflicts there. You know, Wentus's kids' sports team aren't really so considerate of what we want. Yeah, Diablo, I merely caught some tropical storm winds. It ripped some branches off my trees, but I don't have no new trees to pick up. My house is fine. My cars are fine. Dog and cat are fine. Wife is in the same state she was in before it. In other words, she's crazy and keeps me in line. Yeah, we were fine up here. But if you guys could spare a little bit of time, energy, thought, prayer, effort toward South Florida, and still continued thought, prayer, effort toward North Carolina, that'd be greatly appreciated. Stick tuned tomorrow for Talking with Tanya. We still have community conversations tonight, I believe. I ain't heard nothing about it not being on, so let's just go ahead and assume it'll be there. And then we got Poll Talk Sunday with the ladies, you know, with the Miss Wentus Hall, the one and only. The Go to 810, Miss Angie Mack. And Free Daddy, the freebie. So, ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourself, take care of each other, take care of your own local governments, because I guarantee you Flint's not the only one doing this, and neither is Dalton. And I will catch you guys next week, or I'll catch you in the comments. Until then, take care.